Alright, start bench cut. Pascal Siakam, John Collins, Julius Randle.
No. Start Pascal, bench, Randall, cut Collins. I don't know who the fuck Collins is. Yep.
Did you know Nikola Jokic hasn't had a game with less than 10 assists this year? He might be the first center to lead the league in assists. Wilt doesn't count. Because Wilt's done everything.
I bet Wilt didn't make a full court shot in the game.
He probably did.
No. There's been plenty of people to make half courts. Said plenty of people have made half courts.
Oh no, he didn't lead in assists per game. No, assists per game. No, you wouldn't make the leaderboard if you only played 10 games. Okay. You have to lead an assist per game. When you say this, like the scoring leader, you don't look at total points, you look at points per game. What do you mean they changed that?
We're pulling ahead. Покажите им класс.
What? No? What do you mean? You can't speak on like fan perception back in the day. What do you mean it used to be like that? How do you know that? You remember, huh? You remember 1995? No, Roger. He put up 71 points in order to beat him in points per game by 0.1. No. The reason why they gave... Yeah, because they played the same amount of games. But the reason why he was going off was so that he could pass him in points per game. They did the math. No, it wasn't. That wasn't the reason. That's not the reason.
What was the reason?
Like that's a very special circumstance because they played the exact amount of games.
Hostile counter spy plane established above.
What? Yeah, I do.
What was the reason?
The Spurs did the math and found that they needed to feed him so much in order to get him to pass him on the leaderboard.
God, the Diamante is so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Will didn't lead the league in assists. He never led the league in assists like before that. He led it in like 1970, if I remember. So that's after. What? 1970 is after. 1970 is after that. That's when he left it, I'm pretty sure. No, he didn't. What do you mean I don't like it to tell you? I'm even looking it up. Like, if I look it up, it says Chamberlain led the league in total assists. He did not lead the league in assists per game. What? No, it doesn't. What do you mean they changed it that year?
Oh fuck. Just walked up to him and shot him in the head.
Right. Because they realized that Wilt didn't deserve to lead the league in assists.
Deathmatch.
What?
MTC is live. Bring the hammer down. We've
I have
pulled
no
ahead.
clue. Probably a point guard. What does that have to do with anything? Maybe it was. I don't know. But what does that have to do with anything? Why does me knowing that have to, like? Yeah, what? They realized that he didn't deserve it, so they switched it. Because assists per game is a better, like, better marker for how good of a passer. Like, for instance, Magic Johnson, he's widely regarded as the best passer of all time. He's not number 1 on the leaderboard, but he is the all-time leader in assists per game. Yeah, no, I agree that it's completely different, but it supports the fact that perception. I just think I don't think Wilt was a good passer. I think he just controlled the ball a ton. I mean, like, it's kind of hard. Passing is one of the things that's kind of hard to say, because you have to see what he saw. Yeah, yeah, he definitely is. I don't know. It's probably RVS bonus.
Hostile spy plane established
I mean, you can
overhead.
say it because of like counting stats, but
Enemy RCXD
that
detected.
can be buoyed by the fact that he controlled the ball so much. It's not really a testament to how good of a passer he was. No, they do, but you can point out which point guards actually see the court well and which ones just get the stats because they control the ball. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's also like a marker for like how good your team is, but if you can set up your team with easy buckets, then like you're a good passer. It doesn't matter if they make it or not. You can look at like potential assists, but then that can be buoyed if you pass it to a teammate who takes a garbage shot. So like, there's no real perfect way to analyze it. It's just the best way to. No, because he had the ball every possession of every game. And if he's not scoring, he's gonna pass it. No, he wasn't. No, but if we're someone that controlled the ball that much, he scored 50 points a game and had 7 assists a game, 8 assists a game. That's just because he controlled the ball for as much as he did. He wasn't an actually good passer, because if he was, then he definitely would have had more. He wasn't a good passer. He definitely would have had more. If he was a good passer, he definitely would have had more.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Because he wasn't good at it. No, he wasn't. No, that's not the same thing at all, because look, with the amount of touches that LeBron gets, he gets 27 points and 10 assists. Like, but look at the ratio. Yeah, he's a good scorer and he's a good passer. Look at the ratio of point to assist. I never denied that Wilt wasn't a good scorer. Yeah, he got 1 assist for every 8 points he scored. That's very bad. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of scoring. That's the equivalent of 16 points and 2 assists a game. So?
Make the CIA proud.
What do you mean career? No, like you could be good one season and not good another. Like that particular season, for instance. I don't know the actual numbers, but for the most part, he averaged around 50 points a game. Like, that's a general consensus. He averaged around there, maybe a little less, but it was a very high number. I don't know the numbers, but he did score a ton.
Hostile spy plane established.
Okay, but even less for him is still like 35, 40.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Okay. There's no way. I don't know. I'm not a Will hater. He was very good. I'm not denying that, but he's not as good as everyone made it seem. No, he's not. Shut up. He has a legend. No, because he's not the GOAT. If he... No, I do know that. He's not... He would be the GOAT if he, like, consistently... Like, he gets boosted by the fact that he played in such a weak era. That's why I don't think Bill Russell's the GOAT either. Okay.
Mission area secure.
So that's good.
JSOC proud.
We've taken the win. Hardly comes as a surprise.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is.
Jesus.
I'm not a Will hater. I think he's one of the best players ever. But you definitely have a more favorable opinion of Wilt than anyone I've ever talked to. Because it's not a good indictment that he's a good passer. He did it one time. Like, it does not mean he's a good passer at all. It doesn't mean he was a good passer. It doesn't mean he was a good... That's what I mean. What? Just because you don't average... Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah, what? I don't... That doesn't dispute what I said at all. You're just stating facts.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Yes, that's true.
The fate of
That does
the
make
free
sense.
world
What?
is in your hands.
Just because you average a lot of assists doesn't mean you're a good passer.
We're in the lead.
Take Westbrook, for instance. No, I think he's a decent passer, but definitely not as good as the stats say. Yeah. No, I agree, but the point stands that he's not as good of a passer as the stats say. No, I disagree with that too. I think the rebounding was... Like, he was definitely the best rebounding point guard in the league. He's not on the level of centers, as the stats would say, but he's still a good rebounder. No, he is definitely a good rebounder. Definitely for his size, definitely a good rebounder. No, he's a good rebounder. He just is. He's definitely a good rebounder.
We've fallen behind.
Yeah. The one thing of his game that can't be disputed is the fact that he is a good rebounder, bar none.
Taking the lead.
He is. He just is. Like, there's no disputing that.
We've lost the lead.
No, they're not. What? I did?
Enemy napalm strike incoming.
Well, yeah, no, like I said before, I didn't say he was on the level of centers, like the stats say, but he's still good. No, definitely not. Magic was... Yeah. I wouldn't say you're wrong if you said that. Yeah, exactly. That's... yeah, he is.
We're losing the advantage.
Definitely top 10. I don't know if... No, it's not. It's rebounding. It's rebounding. If you want to numb it down to point guards, then it supports him even more.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Of course not, Roger. Come on, be realistic here. Because the fact of the matter is, he is a good rebounder. Definitely, he is. No, I agree. He does have misleading stats. Like I said before, he's not as good as the stats say, but he is good.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
You can just see by the way he plays. He goes up there with centers and comes down with the ball.
Multiple enemy spy plane contact.
No, that's not true. You can see it now. You can literally see it now. He's doing it. He's just a good rebounder. I don't know. Thomas Bryant? What do you mean what do you mean good center? What the fuck does that matter? What does the quality of the center have to do with his ability to rebound? So Westbrook should get even more rebounds, which he's not doing. Case in point. No, he is a good rebounder. He goes up there and battles and comes down with it. That's just wrong. He is doing good. He's not doing as good. I didn't say what? That doesn't mean he's not doing good. No, just because someone's not doing as good as they once were doesn't mean they're not doing good. Yeah, I never denied the fact that he was stat padding. I don't understand what you're trying to prove. Yeah, I never denied that. Yeah, I never denied that. I don't understand what you're trying to prove. I didn't deny it. No, I never said that. I didn't say that. I said it is true.
This isn't how we drilled it. Pull it back.
What? I said I did watch it. Do you just not listen to what I'm saying? I said that you never watched it? When did I say that? I didn't say that at all. You just didn't listen to what I said then. I didn't say that at all. I don't know where you got that from. I didn't say that at all. I have no idea. I just said I don't know where you got that from. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck you got that from. I never said that. Yes, that has happened. Again, I never denied that. I don't understand. No, he used to, and even if he did do that, he was still a good rebounder. It does make him a good rebounder. But not every single one of them was easy. He did go and get some legitimately hard rebounds. No, they weren't. You're using that to fit your argument. They weren't. They just weren't.
Cruise missile inbound.
I don't know how they would calculate that.
Wow.
Sure. What do you mean he hasn't won? What does that have to do with anything? Why are you just completely switching the conversation? He is a good rebounder. That doesn't mean it contributes to winning. That's not true. Ben Simmons is one of the best passers in the NBA. It doesn't contribute to winning. Just because you're good at one facet of a game. Did Westbrook ever have a very good team besides the Thunder team that went to the finals? No. That team was not good. That team capped at a fucking second seed. I mean, a second round exit. We all said that. Don't try to like change it. No, that's because we're realistic basketball fans that know the capability of teams. Yeah, okay, but even people that liked Westbrook would say that that team wasn't good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not denying that they very well might have, but they would not have been the favorites. That team was not good. Yes. What? I would 100% have been surprised. I think every single person that has ever watched basketball would say that if the Rockets made the finals, they would have been surprised. What? I'm literally just trying to talk about what you changed it to. Yes, you did. Yeah. Why did we start talking about that? It doesn't like matter to what we were talking about before at all. Yeah, he is a good passer. Well, first off, let's go back even further. I didn't say he was a good passer, but I do agree with that. Yeah, I said he was a good rebounder. But again, someone being good at something doesn't translate to winning all the time. Trae Young, for instance, fucking one of the best scorers in the entire league, one of the best passers in the entire league. Doesn't. But that's the point. Like Westbrook never had a very good team besides the Thunder team that went to the finals. That team wasn't that good. So
Dude, this is
you can have two. You can have two really good players and still not be a good team. I don't get what you're trying to prove.
What are you guys
Dude, this
talking
has been
about?
going on for like 30 minutes or more.
I'm not a Westbrook dick rider.
Also, I like how you said, I was hearing you guys, but you said Westbrook's team, or the one Paul George capped in the second round. That's like me saying...
No.
This
See,
Clippers
people just
team-
don't listen to the conversation that
Yeah.
goes on at all.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Honestly, that Thunder team might have too, because they ended up losing in the first round. Let's not forget. Let's not forget that that team was a 6 seed that lost in the first round. So let's not try to twist it in any way. No, but the team just wasn't very good. Like, it wasn't. Yeah, you can have. Well, again, stats don't necessarily translate to being a good player. I never said that. But how did the
Because
two
most
things
of
that you
his
just said
rebounds are
translate
uncontested.
at all? The two things that you just said have no correlation.
Hado nazali figo.
Yeah, I never changed that. No, I said they did. Again, you asked me that, and I literally said that they did, and then I proceeded to say that that doesn't mean. No, I didn't change it. It just goes to show that you don't pay attention to the conversation. I'm not in denial. I did literally admit that they did that, and then I proceeded to say afterwards that that doesn't mean he's a bad rebounder. I didn't make a mistake. If Bowery was listening to the conversation, he'd definitely back that up. He knows that I admitted that.
Enemy spy
I
plane.
think you did.
I definitely admitted that they backed off. Yeah, I did. And yeah, I did. See, Bowery just said I did. It's the fact that you're not paying attention to the conversation. I never changed from that. I literally said that they did, and that doesn't make him a bad rebounder. I'm not lying. I'm literally not lying at all. No. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You want me to say that because that would be a stupid thing to say, but I didn't say that. But I didn't say that. You're like putting words in my mouth that I never said. I didn't say that.
Sentry turrets working your AO.
Because that's people that are uneducated. That's something that they would say. I never said that. How is that an ad hominem attack? I didn't call you uneducated. You literally don't listen to the
Yeah,
words
you
that came
did.
out of my
You did
mouth.
call him uneducated.
I didn't.
You compared him to an uneducated
When did
guy.
I do that? Do you listen to
You
the
just
words
did.
that come out of my mouth? Did you hear what I just said? I said an uneducated person would say that
Yeah, and
people
you're saying... What?
listen to what I'm saying, listen to the words. It was not. Listen to the words that
was.
came out of my mouth. I said that an uneducated person would say that they didn't back off of Westbrook's rebounds. That had nothing to do. That has nothing to do with what Roger said at all. I said that an uneducated person. When did I change anything? No, when did I say that? You just don't listen. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You just don't listen to anything that I say.
Cruise missile inbound.
I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that. You just didn't listen to the words that came out of my mouth. And I'm trying to tell you what I said, and you're still just ignoring it because you know that I didn't say that. I didn't change anything. You just didn't listen to what I fucking said. I literally said an uneducated person would say that they backed off on rebounds. I didn't say anything about you being uneducated. Yeah. Sorry, I messed up. An uneducated person would say they didn't back off, and that Westbrook just grabbed every single rebound. An uneducated person would say that. But I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, though, which is...
Seconds.
No, because I know enough about basketball to know that they did back off. I didn't say that at first. I never said that. I admitted that they did. I didn't change anything for the 500th time. You don't have a comeback, so you're just saying I changed things that I didn't say. I didn't. Bro, Bowery just admitted that I didn't change it. There was no first or second time. I never changed anything. I never said that they don't back off. I literally conceded that they do back off. I did.
It's because
Okay,
Jeremiah was
but- okay.
talking about that one season where they did back off.
Right. They don't do it anymore. Like they don't do it nearly as much anymore. Also, if you're saying it like the way you just said, that could just be me making a mistake and fixing it. Like, if I let's say I said something by accident and then you say, "Can you clarify?" and then I fix it, then the first thing I said could have no value. Okay, so if I conceded then that they did back off, why does the first thing that I said matter at all? It doesn't. I didn't. I'm literally just like, I'm feeding what you're saying right now. If it did happen, and it didn't. But even if it did, it still wouldn't matter. I didn't change my words though, that's the point. I didn't change my words. I didn't change my words.
Domination.
I didn't say that they don't back off, and even if I did, I later clarified that they did. No, no, I never said it. I've literally pointed out various times throughout this conversation where you just ignored what I said. I've done it about 3 or 4 times. So that could just be another example. It is true. Bowery has heard me say that over and over again. For sure. I don't remember them off the top of my head. But because I can't recall parts of the conversation means that I'm lying? No, but I can recall that I said that. I just can't recall the situations in which I said them in. What? What? No, you're right. I never said that I could prove it, but I remember saying it. Because I said it like over and over again. What do you mean I can't back it up? Bowery can definitely back up the fact that I've said that multiple times. Even when you first mentioned this, I said that you weren't listening to what I said. You didn't listen to what I said when I said that uneducated people. No. What? You didn't call me out on anything. No, you didn't. I didn't switch anything. That's the point. I didn't switch my argument at all. No, I haven't. I haven't switched my argument at all. No, and every single time, I have not switched my argument. I'm not in denial of anything. I haven't switched my argument. That's the point. My entire time has been that just because someone gets good stats, it doesn't mean that they are as good as the stats say. I've never backed off of that point.
I'll be right back.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Yeah, I never changed. I literally conceded that they did back off. No, I didn't. And even if I did, I didn't. And even if I did, I clarified that they eventually did. So the point stands. I probably did. What? No, that's not true. I make speaking mistakes all the time. That is true. I always make concise arguments and I never change. When people start calling me out that I'm changing, that's when I know that they've lost the argument. I haven't changed. I'm literally saying, even if I did make the mistake, which I didn't, but even if I did, I later clarified what I felt. Well, yeah, I know that it didn't happen, and I'm telling you that even if it did, I'm giving you a reason why even if it did, it still wouldn't fucking matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. The part that matters, the part that matters is what my argument is. And you know what my argument is, that they did back off rebounds. I haven't switched. What do you mean I keep switching it now? See? See what I mean?
لا كل شاكة. Yeah.
Okay, literally, I don't know if you guys understood anything that Roger
Well,
just
no,
said.
yo,
But
let
Roger
Alex
just
excuses
said, I
on
keep
him.
switched it. I switched it once. I keep switching it. Like he literally just the last 3 sentences that came out of Roger's mouth. I keep switching it. You switched it
Yeah,
once.
those are original
You keep
argument.
switching it. The fuck? The fuck? And I'm the one switching what I'm saying.
What was the original
Like, come
argument?
on. That's what you've been doing this entire time. You haven't even been arguing what I'm saying.
Listen, all I heard is that Westbrook was a top 5 rebounder, something like that.
No, I think he's a top 5 rebounder among point guards.
Enemy took A.
That's kind of ironic because all Jeremiah
wait.
goes by is
Roger,
like
rephrase.
stats.
The argument is that he was an overrated passer, bar none. That season, he could have been a good passer. Yeah, I know. That season, he could have been a good passer. But he was overrated. Yeah, exactly. So take out the one season thing that you said. It's the fact that he was an overrated passer. Yeah, because we can use it in the context of the conversation, but that doesn't mean that's what the argument was based around. Yeah, I used it as evidence.
So that.
Well, it is a faulty stat. Yeah, exactly. But this is when we go into the
That's
analysis.
what.
That's when we go into the analysis. That's not the argument. Because I'm trying to explain to you that just because the stats say that he was good, it doesn't mean he's as good. Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. But the stats can show that someone is very good at something, but they aren't. Yeah, and I agree. That's why I'm agreeing with you on that. He is a good rebounder. He's not as good as the stats say though, which I've never backed off of. No, I'm not comparing to other point guards. I never compared it to point guards. What you just said has no bearing on the conversation at all. Yeah, not of all time, but in the league. The only competition for that is Ben Simmons. But again, that has no relevance to the conversation. John Wall? How is John Wall up there? No, I'm actually like interested in why you think John Wall's a good rebounder. That's never been a hallmark of his game. No, I know enough basketball to know that he was never considered that good of a rebounder. Yeah, exactly. Ben Simmons would be the only other option. You know, Kyle Lowry's another option. But what does that have to do with the fact that he's a good rebounder? He is a good rebounder. That doesn't mean he's not a good rebounder just because of his height. No, it doesn't. Okay. Like, you're just bringing up stuff that don't matter. But he's still, what? I'm telling you that he is a good rebounder despite that. But he is a good rebounder. Like, he goes and gets the ball. If you just watch basketball, you can see it. If you watch Raptors games, you can see that he is very good at rebounding, especially for his size. Well, yeah. So you can't really speak. And I respect that. Like, but. Everyone in this party thinks that you are a Warriors bandwagon. Okay, but that's like most of the friend group right there, and Kenneth agreed with it too.
It's not your day.
Okay, but like, it doesn't matter the reasoning behind it, he said it. Okay, did you not just hear what I just said? It doesn't matter the reasoning behind it, he said it. Wait, I never said it did. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about who said it. Because he said it. It doesn't matter the reasoning. How many times do I have to say that? Because we're talking about why people in the friend group think that you're Warriors bandwagon. If somebody thought you... Like, I never said it would. I never said it did. That's his reasoning for saying it. But he did say it.
Cruise missile inbound.
I never said that. I said that you were a Warriors bandwagon because of Wilt and because you picked them over the Raptors when everyone picked the Raptors. Those were my reasonings. Again, those don't really matter, but... Okay, no. This isn't a conversation about whether you are or not. It's the fact that everyone thinks you are.
خابر.
Yeah, okay, and like, you can say that, but everyone here thinks you are. No, it doesn't matter what you say. We thought you were. Okay, but does that discount the fact that we all thought you were? No, it doesn't. Also, people won't willingly say that they are a bandwagon for a team. So obviously you're not going to admit to that.
Allah! Double King.
You would not admit to being a bandwagon. You'd admit to being a fan.
والله انا انزلها باليوتيوب يا منيف. انت ادلغه.
Yeah. Okay, no, well, it doesn't matter if you have a problem with it or not. It's the labeling.
والله اني جابر اللي يلعب احسن منه.
No, you could be. It's the like people can have reasons for why we say that. No, you could. No, you could. I'm not discounting whether or not you actually are. Like, you know, obviously people are gonna have different opinions on whether or not you are. But if you say but yeah, at face value, if you say I was a Lakers fan since 2018, bandwagon is the first one that comes to mind, and you can't dispute that. Yeah. But again, that doesn't have any bearing. Like, people are still gonna call you a bandwagon. Because of LeBron. Or bandwagon.
بدي جابر والله جابر احسن منه. لو شنا لعبتك اول لقدر العب جابر.
Because I'm going to the window every time I'm getting raped.
Losing C. Losing B. Pulling ahead.
لا يا جابر انا اجيب لك زي فاكس بالبنك
Taking B.
هلا والله ما مسموح
Net call. Hostile chopper gunner operating. This isn't working.
ايوه بالموني
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
انت المسدسات يا اسامه انت بالنسبه لي اصلا مسدس والله خليك لك امسك فيه على قطعه هذا
Established overhead. Multiple hostile spy planes detected.
والله خليه احسن ما تبي هلا
Pull the damn plug.
Kinda. It seems like I wouldn't say a Lakers bandwagon. Sorry. It seems that you are a good team bandwagon. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of the people in the friend group would say that you were a Warriors fan and then a Lakers fan, which were the last two teams to win the championship, besides the Raptors.
Oh.
No, you're right. It doesn't, but we can use that as our reason for why we call you it, and it wouldn't make it wrong. No, it wouldn't. But you were cheering for the Warriors. Like, you were cheering for the Warriors because you wanted the Raptors to lose. But you were, like... You wanted to see them win, right? The Warriors. You wanted to see the Warriors win. Which means you wanted to see the Warriors win. Those two things are one and the same. Yeah, they are. If it's different if there's multiple, like, other teams also in the conversation, but they're not. Those were the two teams, and you wanted one of them to lose. No, it's not different. It's not different. No, okay, that's different though. Because there's context to that question, as in do they feel that they would have won if they had played better, or do they feel that the other team was better than them? It's not like that. That's completely different. No, yeah, that's right. I agree with that completely. It's not that you wanted the Warriors to win because you like the Warriors. You wanted the Warriors to win because you wanted the Raptors to lose. No. I'm not. Listen. I'm not saying that you're a Warriors fan, but no. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm not saying that you're a Warriors fan, but you can be perceived as a Warriors fan for that reason. I didn't say you're a Warriors fan. I'm not labeling you in any way, but I'm saying you can be perceived as a Warriors fan, and I'd imagine that a lot of people would agree that you would be perceived as a Warriors fan for a variety of reasons. I don't know what you would be at. Like, you seem like a Lakers fan. I don't know what... Like, I don't have enough knowledge. Okay, fair enough. Like, that's fair. What do you mean, okay?
Not about stuff. It's good, it's good.
What? Okay, but what was the point of the discussion then? To prove that you weren't a Warriors bandwagon?
Securing C. C secure.
Okay, now, even though you can say that, and you can, and it's perfectly fine, and that can be a true statement, but you can be perceived as a Warriors fan to others, and you can't be mad. Because you can be, and you can't be mad if... Or, sorry, let me rephrase. You can be mad, but you can't call those people wrong for thinking that. Because they have legitimate reasons as to why they believe that. Yeah, but you wanted them to win, right? So that's one reason. That was basically my reasoning. Your favorite player of all time had his best seasons on that team, so that's another reason. You happen to like them when they were very good, so that's another reason. Or you happen to, let me rephrase, you happen to support them when they were very good.
B secure.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is misleading, but I'm explaining to you, because I'm explaining to you why people may think that, and why you shouldn't be upset if people do think that. Like, you can, like, let me rephrase again. You could be upset, but you can't call those people wrong for thinking that. There are various factors. No, you can tell them they are wrong, like, that they're just wrong, that I'm not, I'm not. Because they have legitimate reason to believe it. You can't tell them that those reasons don't make it seem like you could possibly be a Warriors fan. It is misleading, you're right. It is misleading. I never said it's not. But people can think you're a Warriors fan. You can't say that there's no evidence saying that you could possibly be a Warriors fan, because there is. There's substantial. There is substantial. We all gave pretty different reasons.
Established above.
And it's also the fact that multiple people also said it. No, it doesn't mean it's right. Again, I never said it's right, but it does reinforce the notion. Yeah, what? No, what? No, no, that's just, those are two completely different things. If more people say it, the more people say it, the stronger the notion is. It could be wrong, though. I never said it could, I never said that that's what makes it right. No, no, they're gonna perceive it as what they believe to be true, not as fact. Because that's what we perceive it to be. Obviously, that's not what we mean. We can't label you as that, because you can only label yourself. Well, yeah, we're labeling what we believe you to be, but obviously that can... Yeah, and again, for the 500th time, it doesn't matter what you are, people can perceive it a different way, and they wouldn't be wrong for thinking that. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, they have legitimate reason to believe it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, they have reason to believe it. No, I agree with you. It doesn't prove anything, but they have reason to believe it.
Enemy attack helo above.
You can't No, no. But that's the point. They shouldn't stop thinking it. Because they have reason to not believe it. You can't say that people should just agree with you because you want them to. No, but there's no evidence to prove that you are or aren't. It's just what they believe to be. What do you mean there's proof to show that you was, or that you weren't? That's not true. I'm a Knicks fan, don't own a Knicks jersey. Like, that's just... I don't.
Keep it tight.
I have what? One... I'm looking around. I have one Patrick Ewing thing. Okay. It's something. But you don't need to have it in order to be a fan. Okay. Good. But you don't... Like... Yeah, you're right. You're right. It does lean in towards that. I'm not... Again, I never said that you are or aren't.
Halftime.
But that... and that's just not true, because you don't have to have it in order to be a fan. And there's no proof of that. There isn't. You can't say that. No, but there's no proof of it at all. Yes, and you saying that could just be a complete lie, which means there's no proof. Like, do you know what proof is? What? That's the point. There's no proof either way. There's...
We've pulled ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I literally just said that. You just said what I just said in a
What are
different
you guys
way.
arguing about now?
No, it's not the fact that you are a Warriors fan. It's the fact that people can rightfully assume that you are. It is rightful. They have reason to believe it.
Securing Charlie.
It's different if it came out of the blue.
I
and
don't
like,
think so.
Lockdown.
Wait, what do you
It's
mean?
different.
Like, if right now?
No, like in the past. Didn't you think that he was a
Oh
Warriors
yeah,
fan?
I guess so.
Exactly. What do you mean evidence? The fact that you wanted them to win in the finals. No, it doesn't. But it is. But it's reason.
Yeah, I'm here.
Charlie locked down.
No. Wait, but
Oh, I
wait,
literally
what
just
are
said
you
the
though?
exact same thing.
Wait, what
though.
are you though? You're a LeBron fan?
Multiple hostile spy planes.
So why would you not want to see the team that beat LeBron over and over to lose? That doesn't make sense,
Right?
though.
But it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It's just the fact that you wanted the Warriors to win, so people can assume that you like the Warriors. I don't.
No, he
understand-
didn't say. He didn't say he wants the Warriors to win.
No, but But I know he didn't say that. But by wanting the Raptors to lose, that means you want the other team to win. There's,
No, that's not the same. That's not
no,
the
no,
same.
no, no. I
That's-
agree that they are
that's
two
not the
individual
same.
things, but listen, there are only two outcomes: a Raptors win and a Warriors win. If the Raptors lose, that means the Warriors win. So you're hoping the Warriors win. No, I agree. I agree
No,
that they are
Jeremiah,
two
it's like
different things,
this, like
but they
this.
are inherently related. You want the
It's like
Warriors
this. My
to win.
favorite team is Real Madrid. Whenever Barcelona plays, I want them to lose. I don't cheer for the other team. Like,
No,
I
no,
don't-
no, I agree. I agree. You don't.
I don't care
cheer
if
for
they
them.
like do good. I don't give a fuck what
Yeah, yeah.
they do.
You
I
don't
just
care
want
if
to
they,
see
you
Barcelona
can
lose.
want them both to do absolute jack shit, but you want one team to win over the other.
No, I want one team to lose.
Yes, and if they lose, that means the other team wins.
No, but you're not. You're making it seem like they're related. They're not really related.
They
you
are
just want to
related.
see.
They are inherently
no,
related.
because it could be another team. It could be any other team.
And that's the point I'm trying to
plays
make.
them.
If there were other results, then it's different. But there's only two results.
Losing B.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. I agree with you there. I agree. Let's say it was the Raptors versus the Timberwolves in the finals, and you wanted the Raptors to lose so bad that people can rightfully assume that you were a Timberwolves fan based off that.
Enemy sentry turret
They wouldn't be
detected.
wrong. Yeah, it is. They're not isolated though. They are inherent. They are intrinsically related. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree. But they are intrinsically. There's no denying that they are related. Well, because they are two different things, but the concept is the same. Well, yeah, again, I said that they were two different things, but the concept is the same.
Losing Charlie.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where they skew apart. But the idea is that they are two, like, isolated events, right? Where they differ is the fact that two things are intrinsically related there, right? In the case of a
Wait,
game,
but related through what?
so when he said it's the same thing as saying like, did this team beat us or did we beat ourselves? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can win a game though, either
Yeah.
and here's where I say that they're different. They're different because you can lose a game either by playing bad yourself or by the other team playing very well.
It's as good as
Right.
ours. Keep it tight and by the numbers. Taking
Right.
A.
And I agree with that. That would be a situation in which they are the same, right? However, there are only two outcomes here.
Alpha secure.
Either, because then you can go back to the other thing. You can say that the two teams played extremely well, and like one team was just a little bit better. You know what I mean? And that way, like, it's not that the other team played bad, and it's not that like they beat themselves. You know what I mean? Like, you can't bring other teams into it though. You can't bring two teams that you really like. You can't bring two teams that you don't really like. You can't bring a team that you like and a team that you hate. You can't do that, because that would be revisionist history. However, you can't like change the finals matchup. You can only go based on what happened. And what happened was you had a team that you didn't like a lot, and a team that you were pretty indifferent to. And in that case, you wanted the team that you didn't like a lot to lose. Which means, in order for them to lose, the other team has to win. You don't have to be happy that they won. Like, you don't have to be happy that they won, but you are happy that they lost, and therefore you wanted them to win. You don't have to be happy, but you did want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to get across.
Which is
That he
That
could
he's
be
a Warriors
perceived
fan?
as a Warriors fan for that reason.
no,
He could be. I'm not saying
No,
that he
he can't.
is. He could.
no.
What do you mean he
and
can't?
that wouldn't
he definitely
be
can.
upheld in most cases.
Based off face value, if you want one team to win over the other, you can be perceived as a fan of that team. Obviously,
No.
we have more information on that, Therefore, we can make a more educated opinion on whether or not he actually is. But taking it at face value, if you want one team to win over the other, you can rightfully be perceived as being a fan of that team.
I'm trying to think of an example.
But I don't
try to-
understand how that can be disputed. How can someone
They could
be
be
wrong
disputed.
to assume that? They can
could, because-
be wrong. They can. I'm not saying that they can't be wrong, but they
Okay.
wouldn't be wrong to.
But you're saying that's
assume
the
it.
safe assumption.
I didn't say it's the same. Again, I didn't say
It
it's
is,
the safe
because you're
assumption.
saying they're okay to assume that.
Yeah. Does that mean it's the safe assumption? Does that mean it's the safe
Yes,
assumption?
that's exactly
those two
what it
things
means.
are not one and the same at all.
Yes, they
those
are.
words mean different
Because you're not
things.
giving them blame for assuming that.
That doesn't mean it's the safe assumption.
So what does it mean?
It means that it is a assumption that wouldn't be wrong. There are
You said that's a safe
there are-
assumption.
No, but there are multiple things that can be perceived. And one of
Oh,
them, by
that's
the way,
false.
one of them would be that you just really hate the Raptors. Nobody would be wrong in saying that, right? Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's a fact or not. Because those two things can both be thought.
No, but you're making him being a Warriors fan more popular.
No, I'm not. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't do that. Well, yeah, but that, like, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
use that
I would agree with
reasoning.
that too. But I'm saying,
Exactly.
in terms, no, but that's because we know more information.
Exactly. No, you're right, and this is why I preface
But
this by
you-
saying
you
that
said-
people will have different reasons for that.
No, but you said just to take it as whatever you said.
No,
you said,
but you're missing parts of the conversation, so you can't really speak on that. Because I said before that we can think that he's a Warriors fan based on a variety of things. I gave one example of it that wouldn't be wrong, and that's where we went into.
Because
This
I don't think of him as a Warriors fan because of
Yeah,
the
no.
matchup between the Raptors
Yeah, and you don't have
the
to.
Warriors.
You don't have to think it because of that. But if someone did say that was their reasoning, why would
yeah,
they
and
be
that was their
wrong?
only reason. Would that be a safe assumption?
No, it wouldn't be a safe assumption. It could be a very, very volatile assumption, but it wouldn't be wrong.
What does that mean? Like, what are you trying to say?
As in, it could be an assumption that can be completely far from the truth, but they have reason to believe it.
So it's a safe assumption based on
No,
what
it's not,
evidence
it's
you're
not a
given.
safe assumption.
Fine. Is it a justifiable
Yes,
assumption?
yeah, it's justifiable.
Well, people could also assume that he isn't.
Yeah,
And
I,
that
again,
it
I
is
said this.
A
I also said this.
justifiable assumption.
I also said that.
Yeah. So what's your point? You're not making a point here.
Yes, I am.
No, what is the point?
That can be used as a reason for why he could be perceived as a Warriors fan.
But I don't think Roger's arguing that there isn't any reason to
No,
perceive him.
he is saying that you can't use that as a reason.
No, you could, but it wouldn't be a strong
Okay.
reason.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, but it is a justifiable reason. And like, I don't see how you don't agree. Truly, because it seems as though your reasoning for not agreeing is the fact that it's wrong. Yes, and I agree that they are two isolated situations. Let's say the Raptors were in there against a different team. You could still want the Raptors to lose. So they are two isolated things. However, in this scenario, there are only two outcomes. So technically, you want one team to win. You want them to make the other team lose. So I don't understand why that wouldn't be justifiable. Why wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you like the team? It could be completely wrong, but it is reasonable.
Lovely weather we're having.
Yeah.
Save recent gameplay.
I'm sorry, what was the main debate? I
Save.
keep